Training camp, what did you see?
Surprised? No. Thrown off a little bit, but I mean, shit. That's on him. I don't know. Like,
Lamont, I don't know the exact details or stuff that we've heard, but I think he's gonna have Calvin in his corner this time. I think he will have Kenny, but he's not gonna have Calvin. I think that's probably gonna be like an advantage for you since he's gonna have somebody new in his corner, if I'm not mistaken.
more than likely, I think that's a little weird. You know what I'm saying? Be with your trainer, your lifetime.
If you thought the drama between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach was over, think again. Just moments ago, their live rematch press conference took a wild turn when Gervonta's trainer, Calvin Ford, shocked everyone by suddenly confronting Lamont Roach right in front of the whole boxing world. No holding back, no hesitation, just raw drama unfolding live.
And Gervonta Tank Davis just been released to the public. We know now, December 14th, Houston, Texas, he's gonna be facing a very tough opponent in Lamont Roach. Can you tell us a little bit about the history between them two?
Oh man, they've been knowing each other from the amateurs, silver gloves, everything. They grew up actually together, you know. Roach and him back and forth battles and whatnot. It's gonna be a pretty interesting fight, you know what I'm saying? Because Roach he come to fight, and I think it's a great fight. Everybody talking all that stuff about why Roach, because he signed and took the fight, you know what I'm saying? And it's good for the community.
Imagine this. The cameras are rolling, the crowd is buzzing, and out of nowhere, Calvin Ford Tank's longtime trainer steps up and says something that stuns everyone. Lamont Roach Sr., Roach's father and coach, clearly didn't see it coming, and his reaction said it all. We've heard about the tension between these camps for weeks, but this moment took it to a whole new level. And it happened live. No leaks, no whispers, just real unfiltered drama. You had to see to believe. Let's get into it.
The thing I'm getting out of this, you know, Roach took the fight. It gives him a chance to really be that guy. Because Roach put in a lot of work, and he's a champion, you know. What's the best for him? I'm hoping that he do what I need him to do, you know what I'm saying? You see how I asked him, are you ready? You know what I'm saying? Because I need somebody that's going to really push things so I can see different levels.
All right, before we dive into the wild stuff, let's take a quick step back and set the scene. Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach have been locked in one of the fiercest rivalries in recent boxing. Their first fight in March was intense, ending in a majority draw that had fans and boxing experts all over social media fired up. Remember round 9 when Tank suddenly took a knee because his eye was bothering him? Yeah, the whole hair grease drama that had everyone talking, that's the one.
I don't want to say that's the blueprint. I just think that, you know, that my plan unfolded the right way.
It shook up the entire boxing world and split fans down. The middle, some believed Roach deserved the win, while others felt Tank was unfairly judged and robbed of the victory.
Berm, did you get your hair done 2 days before the fight?
Yeah. I ran water over it today, but I must say do it enough.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning, and you know, like you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, you know. But I didn't really know that you can like get disqualified for all that, or like when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
But here's the real kicker. The tension between both camps has been building ever since that night. Behind the scenes, Calvin Ford and Tank have reportedly been clashing over game plans, mindset, and even Tank's focus leading up to the rematch.
Judge at the ringside, Eric Marlinsky scores it on 115 to 113 in favor of Gervonta Davis. Judges Steve Weisfeld and Glenn Feldman both scores about 114 to 114, even a draw. The decision is a majority draw.
Roach and his father haven't held back, taking constant shots on social media and pushing hard for a rematch, which is now officially set for June 21st in Las Vegas. The pressure is sky high, with the title pride and bragging rights all up for grabs. And now, after the chaos at the live press conference, it's clear this fight has gone way beyond just boxing skills. This is a battle of mind games, loyalty, and respect.
I mean, fight. It's a fight. People going to make mistakes.
Vegas is going to be on fire.
Do you know when you make a mistake? What happens when you make a mistake? You know, do the guys see when you make a mistake? You know what I'm saying? Like again, both of them undefeated. Both of them got that so-called power. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know what Youngin gonna bring. Right now, the thing is, it's manifesting in the you know. That's all. To me, he's working good. I'm trying to make his body good because I said they want to endure all the punishment in the ring. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing, I'm trying to put on a show for the others to come. You know what I'm saying? It's just the door open for these type of fights. You know what I'm saying? Because we see the vision of where we're trying to go at. You know what I'm saying? Gervonta always said, man, coach, the time is now. You know, we ain't second guessing ourselves because we hosted here. We want to stay here. You know what I'm saying? And only way
Okay, here's the moment that blew up the internet. Calvin Ford grabbed the mic, and instead of the typical hype, he went straight for Lamont Roach Sr., calling him out hard. He said, "You keep talking about your son being ready to take down Tank, but all I see is talk, no fire. You've lost sight of the basics, the hard work, the real fight game."
I thought it was bullshit. A knee, you could take a knee. I don't care if it was greasing your eyes, a knockdown. There's no excuse for that. And I would like for the New York Commission to overturn that for the sport of boxing, so shit like that can't happen, especially on the A side. Everything that happens and people get away with it is always when it's the A side. You go back to all the history of boxing. So this could have been a chance for them to make boxing, you know, people respect it a little bit more if they would have overturned that point and gave the round to Lamont, which would have gave us the victory. But I thought we won to fight without that. But either way, you know, take a knee, that's a knockdown. You can go back. Everybody been watching boxing 20, 30 years. Anybody took a knee, that's a knockdown. And this was for a punch, too. So that made it even worse.
The crowd was buzzing. Roach Sr. tried to stay calm, but the tension was clear, and Calvin wasn't done. He fired back, saying, if Lamont wants that belt, he's got to earn it, not through hype or social media stunts. And he made it. Clear that Tank is ready to show what real pressure feels like, but then things went off the rails. Instead of backing down, Calvin straight up challenged Roach Sr. to step into the ring and show some respect for everything Tank's been through. He said, talk is cheap. Let's see if you can back it up in Vegas. Not from the sidelines, the room exploded, and you could feel the shock from fans watching around the world. This wasn't just a press conference anymore. It turned into a full-blown boxing drama with behind-the-scenes tension, old-school grit, and modern social media heat, all clashing. Live people in the room said the energy was unreal. Some even compared it to the legendary heavyweight press conferences from the 90s.
So you think he need to turn his phone off, man? Come off social as he trains for December?
Man, it's tough, but we try to ignore the noise. He do for the most part. He handling it very well, but we locked in, man. You know what I'm saying? Lamont just classy guy, man. But you know, he hit rattlesnake too, man. People don't know he mean, man. So you know, you come at him, you know, he gonna bark back sometimes, and people don't be ready for when he come back.
We seeing it. So if it's a rematch in that, man, we gotta have it here, man.
Oh yeah,
Northwest Stadium. We gotta do something big, man.
Yeah, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, part 2, you know what I'm saying, we gotta get past part 1, but you know what I'm saying, but I would have loved for the fight to be here at home in the city for the fans. It would have brought a lot to this area. So, but either way, we're gonna.
Here's the real twist fight. Fans, Calvin Ford's issue isn't just about trash talk. This is now a full-blown trainer showdown that no one saw going public. And in boxing, that's a big deal, because the bond between a fighter and their trainer is sacred. It's built on trust, loyalty, and legacy. Think Tyson and Cus D'Amato Canelo and Eddie Reynoso. Those partnerships made champions. Calvin has been with Tank since day one. He's the one who helped mold Tank's style. From the smooth shoulder roll to the insane mitt work to that killer mindset in the ring.
And DC, they call me Mo. Calvin is Calvin. You know what I mean? I got Calvin tatted on me. Calvin ain't going nowhere. Y'all don't even know Calvin for CCO. I know Calvin, you know what I mean? I don't know. Calvin is Pops. He ain't going nowhere. I got that nigga tatted on me. This shit life. Loyalty over everything. You know?
So for Calvin to step up and go off like that in front of Roach Sr., it shows there's something bigger happening behind the scenes. There have been rumors that Calvin's been frustrated with Tank's mindset since the draw. Some say Tank hasn't been fully locked in and focused, and there's even talk that Calvin might be considering a different path. All of this adds fuel to the ongoing tension between both camps, and it's clear this fight is about more than just settling a score in the ring.
Do it. Them guys don't understand. They do that on the club level fight. Opponents say, y'all don't want to get knocked out by this guy, so I'm going to come in heavy. They're going to need to fight because they got to take the fight because they kind of get the numbers. That's what they do on the lower ends. But now they flipping the strip and doing it on the high end. You know what I'm saying? So that practice, you will start seeing that a lot now. But how we doing it now?
You know what I'm saying? Tank does that, you know, to get a eyebrow out of people. Like, you know how the Rock, when he put the eyebrow out, and he did get it.
If Calvin's trying to mess with Roach's camp or throw them off with mind games, it's a bold move. But it also risks damaging his relationship with Tank. And that's a serious gamble, because when a camp isn't united heading into a big fight, it can throw everything off. And in boxing, that kind of tension can be a major weakness. And for Roach's camp hearing, Calvins say all that live is only going to fire them up more. They'll use this moment as extra motivation to push Roach harder and come into the fight with even more hunger.
That means you gotta go get it. And you gotta go to him. You gotta box. Your feet work gotta be like bang, 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 bang. Yeah. Box. G-Man. Go next. Box. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Good. You got fight.
So, this isn't just a press conference. It's a mental battle that could shape how the rematch plays out. But here's what many forget. Calvin Ford isn't just Tank's trainer. He's like a father to him. This isn't one of those coach boxer setups that fall apart after one rough camp. Their connection goes way deeper than that.
Shit to him, make him open up here to make him work. When you get close, he can't fucking fight in the inside. Trust me. How long you been trusting me? Get close to him and just keep poking. When I say penitentiary, keep that knife in him. Put him in him. Put him together. Yeah, go to the body. Remember, take the wild shot.
Calvin discovered Tank back when he was just a tough kid from Baltimore with a powerful left hand and no real path, and he helped shape him from the streets to becoming a world champion. Calvin's been by his side through it all, not just as a coach, but as a mentor guiding him in and out of the ring.
My journey's crazy. That's why I said this, yo, you can't write this, man. You cannot write this. My experience being gone and all the stuff that I went through preparing me for where I'm at today. You know, that Tank is older. He had the lessons, getting his lessons of what he got to do to take us the rest of the way. And this is his take us the rest of the way fight.
And yeah, there's been drama. We've all seen the rumors that Tank and Calvin are drifting, or that Calvin might step away. But here's the truth. He's still right there in Tank's corner, wrapping the gloves, giving the orders, and making sure Tank stays focused through all the noise.
He came in the corner at the 6th round and said, my hand is hurting. If you look at the tape, I said, man, I don't want to hear that. Fight through it. And he done it. Y'all got to give this young man his props. Man, he come in day in and day out. And you hear him keep saying, he fight who they put in front of him. And we don't turn down nothing but our callers. So whatever they say to do, we're going to get the job done. That's the blue-collar way.
Even when things got messy with Floyd Mayweather and Tank was clashing with his own promoter, posting cryptic tweets, and hinting he might leave, Calvin never wavered. He didn't take sides or stir the pot. He stayed loyal to Tank. The fighter, not the fame, not the headlines, just the man he helped build.
Another thing I want to touch on is the Floyd situation. You know, Floyd is Floyd. That's like I say, Tank is Tank, man. But at the end of the day, you know, the man is chasing greatness. And you should be supporting that. And I always tell you that. You should be supporting that, you know. It's a rocky road that we seeing what's going on. Just pay attention, man. The story's going to reveal itself, you know. But again, that's how you burn bridges. Somebody said, they say the true colors of a person is coming out, man. They can't stand it, you know. Calm is I don't like using that word calm, you know, but our Lord knows. He knows. He knows. He knows.
So when Calvin stepped up at that press conference, it wasn't just about backing a fighter. It was about standing up for someone he sees as family. And that's what made it hit harder. This wasn't some planned tactic. This was pure heart. And when Calvin speaks from that place, people pay attention, the whole room did. And Roach no doubt felt it too straight up.
Frank was on stage, he said, I'm going to beat Tank's ass. What's your response to that?
Nah, a lot of them said that. A lot of them said that, and I want him to have that attitude because, again, I know what's under the hood with him. He's Floyd built tough.
All right, here's what this all means. Looking ahead, June 21st is no longer just about two fighters. It's about camps, pride, and a serious mental battle. If Calvin Ford and Tank don't stay fully locked in, this tension could cost them big, because when your trainer's out there calling out the other side but your own team isn't tight, that's a problem. Meanwhile, Roach's camp is using this moment to their advantage. They've got the mental edge now and something to prove, especially after hearing Calvin's words live and direct. Expect the Rematch press tour to heat up fast. Both sides are locked and loaded. And honestly, the tension might explode in Vegas. Maybe even during the fight. This is shaping up to be a clash powered by pride, respect, and maybe even revenge, and that always makes for unforgettable boxing. So what do you think? Did Calvin Ford pull off a smart mind game, or did he just show cracks in Team Tank? Drop your take in the comments. Are you with Team Tank, Team Roach, or just here for the chaos? Hit that like button if you're pumped for June 21st. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of the build-up. See you in the next one.